Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this edition of In the Loop Weekend Ag Talk. Hope you've had a good New Year's week and got 2023 kicked off to a good start. Let's jump into the markets and see how things closed on Friday. March corn finished the week at 654. December corn's looking at 591. When we look into March wheat, it closed out the week at 743, with July week finishing out the wheat at 756. Cotton finished strong this week at 85.68, with December cotton at 82.63. March soybeans finished at 14.92, and November soybeans finished the week at 13.97. Just a reminder to everyone that the 33rd annual North Carolina Commodities Conference is coming up next week in Durham on January 12th and 13th at the Sheraton Imperial Hotel and Convention Center. Please plan to attend. This is always an excellent event. It'll be headlined by Mr. Ray Starling, who will be giving a speech on Thursday. In other North Carolina news, I was able to attend a North Carolina Department of Agriculture marketing program down in Lumberton, North Carolina at the Ag Extension Office. It was led by Mr. Nick Laster with NCDA. It was an excellent 2 hour event that touched on futures and marketing in terms that you can understand at the farm level. It was so good, Often Insurance is planning on hosting a similar activity with NCDA coming up on January 27th at 9:30 a.m. in Kenansville, North Carolina. Stay tuned for more information, and if you are not on our email list, please give us a call and let us know your email so we can get you an invite. This is definitely a workshop that you do not want to miss. Lots of news in U.S. ag this week. According to Jim Stedman at Cotton Grower Magazine, it looks like U.S. cotton growers are projected to plant a total upland and Pima cotton of 11.57 million acres in 2023. That's a drop of roughly 1 million acres from USDA's 2022 reported plantings last June, and a 7% decrease. Looks like overall Alabama, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia indicated they'll plant around 2.5 million acres of cotton. That's a 4% decrease, with Alabama being the only state in the Southeast that is showing an increase for 2023 cotton acres. When we look back at grains in 2022 and review, the grain markets posted sharp gains in 2022. On a continuation basis, the corn market gained 86 cents per bushel on the year. Spot corn futures finished 2021 at 593 and 2022 at 679. Spot soybean futures gained $1.90 a bushel in 2022. Spot futures finished 2021 at 13.29 and 2022 finished out at 15.19. Hard red winter wheat futures gained 86 cents a bushel on the year, with spot futures finishing 2021 at 802 and they finished 2022 at 888. EPA announced a new definition for the waters of the United States, strikingly similar to the WOTUS designation in place before 2015. For too long, farmers have had to navigate inconsistency and uncertainty in complying with Clean Water Act, Ag Secretary Vilsack says. Today's announcement by the EPA and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers clarifying the definition of WOTUS provides American farmers with clarity and consistency needed to effectively manage their operation and be stewards of natural resources. USD will be a partner to EPA in sharing information with farmers and ranchers around this important issue. Ag leaders were not enthusiastic about the announcement. The NCBA Association has been lobbying EPA to include ag exemptions for small, isolated, and temporary features common on small farms and ranches. For too long, farmers and ranchers have dealt with the whiplash of shifting WOTUS definitions, according to NCBA Chief Counsel. In 2015, the Obama administration issued the WOTUS rule to clarify and expand EPA's authority to combat pollution. While environmental groups praised the decision, agriculture leaders said it would continue undue burdens for farmers and ranchers. That led to multiple court cases and conflicting rulings. The Trump administration later threw out the Obama rule and created its own WOTUS definition. That rule was later thrown out in court. Complicating matters now is a case the Supreme Court is set to hear that may limit EPA's regulatory authority. The timing of the new WOTUS rule is seen by many as a Biden administration attempt to get ahead of that ruling. USDA economists seem unfazed by potential trade deficit. For the first time in USDA, they're forecasting an agriculture trade deficit. U.S. ag exports are projected to reach 190 billion next year, while imports are predicted to rise to 199 billion. A trade deficit has occurred before in 1959 and in 2020, but USDA has never forecast one until now. While rare, a possible ag trade deficit is not a major cause for concern, according to Seth Meyer, USDA chief economist. We have both rising exports and imports, which I agree is a good thing, Meyer said at the National Grain and Feed Association Elevator Conference and Trade Show in St. Louis. It's an opportunity for farmers to sell their products and for U.S. consumers to get what they want. When we jump over and look into world ag, Ukrainian exports are down sharply. During the period from July 1st through December 31st, data from Ukraine's ag ministry indicates a 30% decline in grain exports over the same period last year. Wheat exports were down 47%, while corn exports were up 16%. Corn that had been stuck in Ukraine in the period following the invasion made its way out of the country after the grain deal was signed in July. When we look down in Argentina, some key corn and soybean areas caught rain over the last 5 days. Some areas saw up to 2 inches over the last 5 days, while others saw less amounts. The forecast is hot and dry, and there'll be very little rain over the next 7 days, according to some reports. Meanwhile, Brazil is cooler than normal and getting some needed rain. When we look at energy futures, most are trending down. Henry Hub natural gas is down due to warm European winter. Crude and NY Harbor ultra-low sulfur diesel futures are also down. Now might be a good time to monitor your energy needs and make purchases accordingly. This week, our special focus on women in agriculture focuses on women farmers in North Carolina. From the classroom to the farm, to the boardroom, women in agriculture are helping to pave the way for a better future. As leaders, it's our responsibility to make sure the next generation of women are educated, encouraged, and empowered to take on the challenges of meeting the world's growing food, fuel, and fiber needs. To help women in North Carolina connect with other women leaders in agriculture across the country, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has established a Women in Ag Mentoring Network. Join the conversation by emailing agwomenlead@usda.gov or check out hashtag Women in Ag on Twitter. When we look in North Carolina, there are 19,645 women actively involved in farms. 27% of North Carolina farmers are women. When you look at the number of acres they touch, it's almost 2 million acres with an economic impact of $677.8 million. We salute all women in agriculture and thank you for your contributions to helping feed and clothe the world. And thank you for all you do at your local farms and ranches to help not only keep your operation going, but keep your families going. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of In the Loop Weekend Ag Talk. We hope you have a great weekend. Remember, make it a point to focus on mental health in 2023. Make it a priority at home, at work. Make time for yourself each day and make time for those around you. And don't forget, mark your calendars. January 27th, Kenansville, North Carolina. we will be doing about a 2 to 2.5 hour marketing seminar featuring Mr. Nick Lassiter from North Carolina Department of Agriculture. Again, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, follow us on Facebook and on YouTube, and tell your friends about us. Have a great weekend.